I move. That's what I do. No, I cannot lose. Check out my feet, check out my shoes. Watch how I drip, watch how I move.
Welcome back, everybody, for episode 17 of Bad Thoughts Podcast. I am your host, Seth Vincent, aka Symbolic. Thank you for being back for another podcast. I'm in my new hoodie that I got a couple weeks, not a couple weeks, about a week ago, a little over a week ago. I got it at Zoomies, got the 40s and shorties, and I don't have a 40, but I got my Coors Light Banquet in my hand. Cheers, everybody. If you're drinking right now, let's take a sip. That is so good, so delicious. It is right now. What is it? What day is it? It's November 20th right now. It's 8:30 at night. I am just relaxing, getting back, unwinding. We got off work at 6, so I went to my mom's, hung out, had dinner, and I'm back and relaxing and everything for the night. And I thought we got to get this episode 17 going out. Hopefully, next one I may have a guest on. Been looking into getting a guest, another person in. So we probably gonna have that next podcast. So thank you all again for being in for episode 17. We got a couple things to talk about, life updates, things that are on my head, and anxiety and shit. This is my muse. This is my therapy. This is what expresses I can't always go talk to people and everything about things on my head, and I don't want to bother people at the same time. People don't want to hear shit that comes out of people's heads. Sometimes people don't know how to respond. So this is me talking to you if you want to hear. And yes, I'm sweating, but I don't know why I have a hoodie on right now, but I'm relaxed, I'm comfortable, we're enjoying our time. So let's get into what I want to talk about today. I have topics that I'm going to talk about and everything, but this is Bad Thoughts Podcast, and it's a life update and things going on that are on my head, and just things, not even things that are in general into my life, but like general and just thoughts on my head. So let's get into it. Life updates going on and everything. Hold on, let me take a sip of beer, puff on my e-cig. Okay, we're good. Life update. Oh my God, what has been going on? It's been an enjoyable. I did one. I don't think I talked about Halloween or anything about like that. I don't know if I did. I hope you all had a good Halloween. I enjoyed my Halloween. I had a fun Halloween. I mean, I did things. I mean, what was it? I can't remember what day it was. I think it was it October? I can't remember what the date, but me, Joelle, my girlfriend Joelle, and my sister, and a couple friends of hers, we went out and we had fun. We went to a Halloween party, and then we went to Famous Freddy's, and they had the Freddy Krueger Halloween thing there. So we enjoyed that. That was the Halloween party that I did for Halloween, and and then I didn't go trick-or-treating really or anything. I got off work. I did go trick-or-treating with Joelle and her kids, and enjoyed a little bit of time there and slept over. And that's my Halloween experience. I didn't do much for Halloween, but Halloween was fun. So that was my Halloween. And actually just this past week and everything, I enjoyed a great week of having Joelle over for a week. She had shit going on at her house, so I enjoyed her, and her son stayed over, and I enjoyed the hell out of it, because it was the best. You don't always get to come home to people, and yes, I got my sister lives here too, but it's Sydney. You guys, if you guys know Sydney, it's Sydney. It's me and my sister, but coming home to my girl and her son and just relaxing and having fun and eating dinners, and it's honestly the best time of my life. I enjoyed the hell out of it, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. I mean, it was an enjoyable time, and that's what happened this past week. I mean, we had went over her dad's for on Sunday for early Thanksgiving dinner. Enjoyed that. Stuffed way too much on food. always do that. Didn't puke this time. Hope I don't do that on Thanksgiving as well. So, oh my God, I hope I don't do that. That'll disgust me if I do that again. I always eat, I don't know what anybody's favorite food. Anyone got a favorite food? I like sweet potatoes a lot. Corn, peas, I mean everything. Give me mashed potatoes, pumpkin pie, God, turkey, ham. Honey ham is delicious. God, I hope I have a honey ham or something this year. I don't think I had honey ham last year. Maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know if I had honey ham last year at all. But God, I all I know is I can't fucking wait for Thanksgiving, which is in a couple days. So I mean, I'm gonna enjoy that. Black Friday. Been doing a whole bunch of shopping. Amazing gifts. I can't wait to give people their gifts. Yes, this year Seth is buying people gifts. I mean, it's people close to me and stuff like that, and just people that I enjoy, and the people close to me. I mean, my family, my girl, her kids, her family, just getting people gifts. And this is like first year that like I am at all doing gifts. I don't know if you know me, I usually like I'm alone on Thanksgiving usually, and Christmas and all the holidays and stuff like that. So when it comes to buying people gifts or getting, usually I'm spending like $1,000 on me, but I spent like a good hell of money on everybody. So I feel good about it. I got the money. I'm gonna spend it. I'm gonna make people smile. I'm gonna make people enjoy their time and feel appreciated, and that's the best thing that I can ask for any day of my life. So I mean, that I can't wait for that. I've been definitely hella buying people gifts. Still need to buy some more gifts. Just keep buying until the day comes. Like, might as well. Like, goddamn. That's the shit that's been going on with my week and everything, and I've enjoyed it and everything. So that's my life. That's my life update as of this week and everything. So, or the past week, and I never talked about Halloween, and that's how my Halloween went. And I mean, you got Thanksgiving coming up here in a couple days, so maybe the next podcast I'll get on something about that. So, but let's get into a couple topics that I have to talk about that today. And the first one is, I know it's past about a week or a couple weeks on it, but I called it, like R.I.P. Mac Miller, but I called it when they were talking about white stuff found and everything. I knew exactly. I knew that he likes cocaine, and I know that people have been cutting cocaine with fentanyl, and that's exactly what it was. It was cocaine mixed with fentanyl, and he overdosed. Like, I fucking called that. Like, I knew. Ask anybody that, ask people. I don't know. I told a couple of people, I'm like, that's what it's gonna be. He passed away from fentanyl, and cocaine overdose, and that's exactly what it was. So I knew it right when he passed. I'm like, that's probably what killed him. And it's sad to think that that's what people are doing nowadays. I mean, I don't knock cocaine. I'm just like, fucking, I've seen people do it and shit. And I mean, I've dabbled a couple times myself, but it's just like, I don't know. It's just, it's terrible. It's ruining it. I mean, you've had a couple people pass away from, you got Prince, I think, passed away from fentanyl as well. I could be totally wrong in that. I think I read something about that he did, with his prescriptions and everything. You got Lil Peep that passed away from fentanyl mixed with Xanax and everything. It was like a made cocktail, like Xanax that was like pressed with fentanyl. So that was, or laced, if you want to call it that way. That's what happened as well. I can't believe all the shit that got happening with drugs and everything. Like, and now we're just about to have marijuana. Maybe give it a couple months. I don't know. We got the new J.B. Pritzker. I think he's governor now. That one. So he's going to look into, and I'm all for that. Like, me and my girl, I mean, a lot of people, we're all for the marijuana legalization, because come on, it's marijuana. Like, you get a little high, not much, you relax, you zone out, you get some good sleep, you eat good, like, you listen to some good music. I mean, that's all that marijuana like really does. Like, there really isn't much of anything that comes with it. I mean, what, you gonna overdose on sugar? Because that's what you're gonna do if you're you're not gonna overdose on marijuana any time of the day. So, uh, I mean, bring that in, but fuck all these other drugs and shit like that. Like, I don't, I don't know what's with everybody fucking with these drugs and shit. Like, come on, guys, get off of it. We don't wanna be messing with that shit. And I mean, it's up to you if you want to mess with that shit. But come on, like, um, I'm not with it. I'm not with it anymore. My days of with the bad groups of friends and people doing shit and staying up all night, like staying up a goddamn week. It's the longest I've ever stayed up, and it was on Adderall. And fuck, that was such a terrible time because I was geeked out on my head, and seeing shadows and shit like that just out of my peripheral. That's how bad it gets. And you're just going and going and going. Your eyes are just like wide. That's exactly how it is, like all day, every day. Oh my god, it's so bad. But let's move away from Mac Miller and everything. Let's get on to it. We'll get on to a different topic and everything. Like, sadly, that's what happened to Mac Miller. Fuck all the people that are on drugs and shit like that. Sadly, more things going on. You got the California fires that just, I think they been stopping them. They just stopped them and stuff like that. I know a lot of people lost their houses, bunch of celebs. I know, but like Kim Kardashian and Kanye West, they hired those private firefighters and everything to stop like their neighbors from flaming up in their house. I mean, it was a $26 million house. Like, come on, you're gonna do what you need to do to not let that go up in flames. And like, I would too. Like, come on, I'm gonna spend all my money to not let that go up in flames. But you know, Kanye West and Kim Kardashian have the insurance, but I think that was their new house that they just built. So I feel bad if that did get burnt down, because you spend all that time and then it burns down. So fuck. And then you had I saw the video of was it Liam Hemsworth and Miley Cyrus lost their home. It was sad about that. Gerard Butler posted a video of his house burnt down in Malibu. So, and that shit happened, and I feel bad for those. And then all the smoke and everything, it's like so toxic. Like, they were trying to clear the air and everything because the smoke gathered up and it was so toxic for people. And I mean, my stepbrother went out to California. He was in Northern California though. And I had to check on him, just shoot him a message, just see if he was okay. I'm just like, damn, these fires are going on. Didn't even think about it while they were going on. Like, a couple days later, I'm like, oh shit, he's out in California. So, I had to double check, and, I had to just double check him, and he texted me back. He's like, he let me know, and he's okay and everything. So, damn, those fires, dude. Like, it gets so bad out there. Like, I know California's dry, and because the few times I've gone out there, they've had the drought. But, I mean, then they come back with rain and everything. But they always usually have a drought going on. So you can't really, like, not see it happening. But it got bad. And, like, I feel bad for the people. Like, it was, like, 72. I think 72 dead or something like that. I don't know. And then there was, like, 1,000 people missing. Don't quote me on those statistics there. I could be totally off, but that's just, I think it's like around there. It could be like 600 or something like that. But I know that's 600 like missing, and like 20 to 70 people dead or something like that. It's sad. My condolences to the people out in California that lost their houses, and the condolences to the people that have died, and their condolences to your families and shit like that. I'm like, I feel bad. Like, that's sad. And honestly, I was gonna go out to California. I was planning, like, back in, like, May or June, like, I hit up Cody, and I was, like, trying to do something for his birthday, but nothing really planned out. So, like, I mean, I could have been out there, but I wasn't. So that shit happened. But let's get on from the California fires and stuff like that. We'll move on to little other topics. So, another thing, you guys know how I talked about in the other podcast about that GoFundMe. I talked about the GoFundMe people that helped the homeless guy, and they ended up like taking most of his money and everything. if you remember, I mean, you probably seen it in the news, but I definitely talked about it on the podcast. Um, it's well, they turned out to be all scammed. They wanted to scam GoFundMe. I guess they met each other in a casino like months before and planned it out and everything. What kind of fucking world am I living in that people are just doing scams like this? I mean, I can't knock the hustle because we're all fucking poor and we're just trying to find our next hustle and next money tree to get by and shit like that. But damn, they like really like $400,000, dude. All these people like giving money to these. Oh my god, they $400,000, dude. I mean, it's a nice scam. Really, I applaud you on that scam because it could have worked out so well, but then all this got involved in like playing that the homeless guy got scammed out from those people the money. I think he was still trying to play it out like they really did try to scam him out of some money, but he tried to play it out like he was homeless and they um he was homeless and they still, but it doesn't matter. Like, I don't think he's homeless at all. They're just people trying to scam GoFundMe. I can't believe that. Oh my god. $400,000. What a great scam if that would have planned out right. That's like a bank heist, dude. And it's like the cleanest bank heist you could do, but it's an easy scam. God, why didn't I think about that? Why couldn't I think about that? Oh my god. Well, I mean, GoFundMe is like probably gonna crack down now and shit because people are gonna. I know they take a certain percentage and shit like that, but like, damn. Fuck, and people are not gonna be able to do that again. I'm telling you that. That's all I have to say about that GoFundMe stuff. Like, fuck those people, dude. I mean, applaud to the scam, but oh my god. What are you doing with your lives? Oh my god. Let's move on from that. I'm not trying to make this a super long video because I don't have that much to talk about, but I mean, damn. $400,000. Just let that think. Let that think how good of a scam that could have been. You think about it? I did too. I kind of want to do it. Moving on from the fucking GoFundMe scammers and shit like that. Chipotle, in the last couple days, there was a Chipotle. It kind of mixes in with like those permit patty and stuff like that, but this person didn't deserve it. So at a Chipotle, you know how you go line, you pick your food, and then you pay at the end. Well, I guess there was a couple black kids going through, and they videotaped this manager saying that you have to prepay first, and that got her fired. But there's a backstory to it, and I'm not blaming the kids at all. I don't know what they do. Maybe they have done this, but they probably have. But like, I mean, people have dined and dashed before and shit like that. I've done it, and it's it's kind of heartbreaking to do it. I've done it once, and then I did it twice, second time, and then I felt so bad I had to go back and pay it. So I get it, but I guess they've done it before, and they've gone in the same Chipotle, and the manager's like, you got to prepay because I know what you guys are gonna do. So, but they videotaped it, and she got fired for doing that. But there was a backstory to it. It was that they dine and dash a lot. So Chipotle is regretting the decision of firing her and rehiring her back, offering her job back and everything. So that's good and everything. It comes into this sense of like I know a lot is going on nowadays with it's still tension with races, and I mean there are a lot of racist white people. Those permit patties and shit like that, those people calling the police for no reason, that shit does happen. That's stupid. But then it comes into play like this, that it kind of plays into it, but like, there's a backstory to it, and it's not really like, it's not really what you think. Like, there is a real reason why she's asking them to prepay, because that store's probably losing out, and then the managers involved sometimes, maybe that loses from their pay. I don't know when it comes to like dining and dashing and shit like that. So I don't know. I feel bad, but like that happened. And I mean, I give it props to Chipotle for giving her job back and like really looking into the situation and be like, damn, this is how it really was, instead of just, I mean, they did kind of fire her right away about the situation, because I mean, with these viral people, things going viral, that this shit happens a lot. So I don't know, but I'm gonna skip on from that. I have a couple other things to talk about. I'm gonna just give a sneaker update, because there's a couple sneakers that have come out and that are coming out. Well, they just re-released the Yeezy Zebras. I almost copped another pair. I could have copped another pair, but I didn't, because I have a pair. I was thinking about copping my girl a pair, but they don't go down to a size. It's a size 6 in men, 8 in women's, but they don't have a size 6. I mean, and they do, like StockX and stuff like that I could get, but like they released it on Champs, and they didn't have the size, and they don't really have it in Foot Locker either at all, so it doesn't go down that low. So I didn't buy. I didn't need to. I wasn't gonna buy them by myself for myself. I was gonna buy for my girl. We could both rock Zebras, but unfortunately they didn't have them, so I didn't buy them and everything. But I let so many people know, like on Facebook, hey, these aren't. They took like 3-4 hours to sell out. And you can go on the website and add to cart immediately. That's how easy it was. There was no problem with it at all. But like I heard the boys, toddlers, like those sold out pretty quickly, I guess. So, and it was having trouble like adding the cart and shit like that. But the men's ones, easy. I was able to get it like that, and I thought about purchasing. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna do it. But then you also got another Yeezy coming out this Friday, the 23rd. You got the sesame ones coming out, which are pretty dope. I don't know how quick those are gonna go. They're pretty cheap right now on StockX, even on pre-sale, like getting them first and early release. So they're like 300, 350 depending on your size, maybe 400, but that's cheap. Yes, you're probably thinking, Seth, no, that's not fucking cheap. That's $400 shoe. Sneaker wise, that's cheap, okay? Like, come on, get it through your head. I know what I'm fucking talking about. I can get what you want right now. If you want a sneaker, I can get it for you. That's how it goes. You pay the price for it, though. You want it, you want it. I mean, you're going to pay for it. And then you got the other, like, there's not a lot of sneakers that have been coming out that I like. These Sesames I do. And then you got the Concords re-releasing in December. I don't remember the date exactly in December that they're coming out, but the Air Jordan 11s, 45 on the back, the Concords, those ones are re-releasing. Those are dope. Those are gonna sell out. I might try to get them early release. I'll just probably StockX it and pay the money and early release it, and that's what I might do. I'm thinking about getting them, but I sometimes with Jordans now, like I like my Yeezys, I like my Adidas, because they're not in it. They're in an athletic shoe, but there's this different form to them, and it's not like a dad shoe. You're rocking a dad shoe. And I have one pair of dad shoes, but they're my work shoes, just to wear something comfy and not be overly wearing Yeezys or something to work. It's just they go fine, but that's why I like Adidas. And then I like Jordans, but sometimes there's a time and a place for Jordans, because they always feel like they're bulky on my feet. They're real comfy, but I don't like walking around like something's bulky on my feet. But I love Jordans to death and everything. So that's my sneaker update on that, if you guys want to know and everything. So I got a couple things that I want to talk about. It's a couple things in my feels that I'm going to end this podcast on and want to talk about. So not unfortunately, but coming up here the 22nd, I know Thanksgiving moves on dates and stuff like that, but the 22nd, unfortunately, on Thanksgiving is the second anniversary of my buddy Keegan passing away. And sadly it is, but I just wanted to say, like, we still think about you, buddy. I think about you every day. I've been sad a couple days of the week. I had to have my girl like bring me back and just give me some advice and think about shit. And yeah, we miss you. I mean, it's hard when a friend passes away. Unfortunately, how he passed away, and I think about the day when he passed away and how I found out, and just seeing a friend in a casket, dude. It's life altering. Like, I'll never I'll always think about the times hanging out with him and speaking into him, and just those life talks that we had by ourselves, drinking, going to have fun, going bowling, playing pool at Christoph's. Like, that just makes me like think about shit, and it makes me think about, like, it's never too late to be, like, I've been like really in my feels lately. Like, I'm an emotional man. Like I mean, when I'm in my emotions, I mean what I say, and I mean what I feel, and it's from a good place. Like, I'm never talking from a bad place. If I'm in a bad place, my head's in a bad spot. But like, I've been in such a good place lately in my head, and just finding myself out, and I've come to this conclusion that like you only meet so many people in your life, and you might as well just be a good person. Like, it's never not been cool to be a good person. Like, it's always been, that's how I was when I was younger, and in high school, until I met like a group of friends that got me in bad mindset and everything. And I've always been depressed and sad about like where my life is going, and where it's been, and I've come to this conclusion that it's not this purpose and meaning of like a job or having money and just being in a safe net of life's obstacles and pain that come with just everyday cycles. I had this thing hit me the other day that the one thing that's always made me feel so good about myself and so good about life is just being a nice guy. Just being a good person. Like, that shit is the best thing in this world to me. And just making someone smile for a split second, that feeling that you get inside, knowing you could be that person's reason to smile just on a bad day. Be opening up a door, be getting a present, you could be holding their hand, it'd be a kiss on a cheek to a girlfriend, it could be a hit up to a buddy to go have a beer, it could be stopping in to seeing your mom, it could be hanging out with your sister, it could be hanging out with your dad, it could be anything, but just like just holding a door open for an old lady and shit like that. Like, that's the best feeling in the world. Like, nothing will beat that. Like, that, if you don't get love a lot, like, that little bit of that second of it, you can see it in a person's eye. It's where I always look too. You can see it. Like, they may not express it on their face, but you can see it in their eye, just that ounce of love, just for that little bit of support. This shit's a great feeling, and I just want to end this podcast like letting everybody know, like, go out, do something good for somebody, open up a door hold a door for a whole bunch of people. Go tell your mom you love her. You got a girl, go give her a kiss on the cheek. Just let you know that like, you're not asking anything for them. You just want to see them happy. And that's the best thing you can do. So go out and make people happy and smile and enjoy your Thanksgiving and your Christmas coming up, and we'll get to talking and we'll keep the podcast rolling and everything. So peace out, everybody. This is episode 17. I'm Symbolic, your emotional man, and go be a good person. Peace out, everybody. Have fun.
I be like, ooh, watch the way I move. I gotta do it big, that's with anything I do. I always keep it real, see, my religion true. When I step up in this bitch, know I'm gonna act a fool. I go Jeff Hardy in this party, man, I hardly ever sleep. I like flexing on my haters, cause my haters hella weak. Got the whole hood going crazy, man, shout out hood MVP. Had to cut myself a grill to cover up my crooked teeth. I just wanna ball.